So earlier this year, Disney-owned ABC fired Roseanne Barr for an offensive tweet directed at former Barack Obama advisor, Valerie Jarrett. Nobody with any common sense has argued that this tweet was even remotely acceptable, but holy crap, was ABC hasty in their decision. The cancellation of her show took place mere hours after the tweet, and some, including myself, would say this was somewhat of a knee-jerk reaction. It seems that some ABC executives also question the hastiness of this decision. Reportedly, two senior ABC execs are concerned that the show will flop without Roseanne, and it might have been a better idea to suspend her temporarily. They state that we didn't think it through properly, and they should have given more time to considering all options. Well, you didn't, and I'm pretty sure you now have a flop on your hands as a result. Far leftists seem to be completely unaware that most of their choices are turning off mass audiences in droves. After all, who needs to make a profit when you have ideology on your side? Roseanne apologized profusely, but who cares because ideology. One thing I have to ask is, feminists, where were you when Roseanne was, in my opinion, unjustly fired from her own show? Oh wait, never mind. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. She was a conservative that supported Trump. I forgot. You only support women that share your own beliefs. Got it. Good to know. Your intersectionality gets confusing sometimes. One thing that I found to be rather amusing about the 10th season of Roseanne, also known as its revival season, is how, despite being lambasted by the left as a piece of conservative Trump propaganda, it really wasn't. It was the only show on TV that really looked at both sides of current topics. It was a refreshing change. It also didn't feel like the show had been off the air for 2 decades. It was like it went away for the summer and came back in the fall. The only obvious difference was that the cast looked older. What does ABC do after firing Roseanne? Well, they continue the show without her and rename it The Conners. This probably wasn't the best decision. What you're left with is John Goodman and a supporting cast that nobody really cares about. Well, maybe Laurie Metcalf, but nobody else. Sorry, Sarah Gilbert, but your appearances on Big Bang Theory hardly make you A-list, or even D-list for that matter. John Goodman is more than capable of carrying his own show, and he has appeared in more than one of my favorite movies of all time. Why not make a show starring Goodman, and you could even incorporate some of the supporting cast if you wanted. Make it an American Horror Story type thing. Same cast, but different characters and different story. I've watched the first couple episodes of The Conners, and to be honest, they're pretty bad. The comedy is forced, and most of the jokes fall completely flat. Why doesn't this work? Well, aside from Goodman and Metcalf, if we are to be honest, the rest of the cast aren't very good actors, and they only really worked when they played against Roseanne. Roseanne was such a strong and overwhelming personality that she was the show. The dynamic just doesn't work without her. She was the center of the show over its 10 seasons and 30 years of existence, and you can't just remove that and hope that the dynamic still works. It doesn't. What they came up with for writing Roseanne's character out of the show was beyond reprehensible. They could have come up with a tasteful way to write her out, but instead, the story is that she died from an opioid overdose. Wow. Not only does that shroud the show in a very dark cloud, but it also covers the whole 30-year history of Roseanne with the same dark cloud. What a horribly morbid end to a character that was and still is loved by millions. I know you guys hate Roseanne Barr, but did you really need to end it like this? I'm pretty sure this alone turned many people off the show. If there's one person that I really feel badly for, it's John Goodman. He's made it clear that he feels the show has a hollow center without Roseanne and that he, quote, misses her terribly. He has urged fans to give the show a chance, but you can tell just by watching that his heart really isn't in it. Goodman always had a certain spark when working off Roseanne, but that spark now seems to be gone. Goodman is a consummate professional, and I think he has handled the whole situation admirably. The ratings for this show have already started to drop. Here is the 10th season of Roseanne. It premiered at 18.44 million, and eventually settled at around 10.5 million, with its final episode finishing at 10.58. I'm pretty sure the 10.5 mark, give or take, is where the show probably would have settled had it continued for the originally planned 11th season. The Conners started at 10.56, almost the same as where Roseanne finished off. I'm guessing a lot of this was curiosity over what happened to the Roseanne character. If you look at the second episode, it finished at 8 million, meaning that 2.56 million decided that the show wasn't for them anymore. At this point, I think we'll see the number continue to drop and the show be cancelled eventually. I think what they've done to the legacy of the show is despicable. I've been a fan of Roseanne since its first season, and pretty pretty much followed it through its entire original run. Politics aside, why would you decide to end it like this? If you decided to get rid of Roseanne Barr, and let's be honest, it was for political reasons, then you should have ended the show where it finished off at the end of last season. If you insisted on bringing it back, then you should have found a way of writing out the main character that wasn't completely tasteless. And that's it for today. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and check out my other channel, Bulls Trek Media, for Blu-ray and technology videos. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great day.